secrets of different bills. At Uncle Demi, you need it, I got it listed, yeah. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it, yeah. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from defenders to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a law threat. You keep the medals cause the right one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface. Still they try to drag my name in dirt, they try to bring me down. See me winning, you ain't like
Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite uncle, Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you, alright? Today we're going to be making the Jokic and the Brow replica builds, but before we get into the video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe, as liking up the video push the video to the recommended, and of course subscribe and put your noti game for my daily double uploads. But now let's hop straight into the video. So first and foremost, we are going to do Jokic. As you know, right now it looks like, I don't know, like I'm doing this video on Monday, so I don't know what this is going to be for my Lakers tonight, but regardless, it just makes sense to bring out Jokic and Anthony Davis replica builds, because you can't make them. Now they're finally updated to where they should be permanent for the rest of the year, because the basketball season is over with. I don't know how much more, shifting of their ratings is going to be. But regardless, it just makes sense because these two have basically been the focal point for each team. So without further ado, let's just hop into the Jokic build. He's center, he's right-handed, he's number 15. Jokic is absolutely astronomically demigod on this game. So when it comes to making a replica of him, it's going to be very hard to make him as, I guess you can say, as dominant as it would be as him a 98 overall in the game. But regardless, 6'11", 260, 7'2" wingspan, you have to go there at least minimum. Body shape, I went defined, but he's probably more so shaped like solid. So, but out of time my players, they have low muscle to them. All right. Now he does have a 90. For instance, he has a 98 close shot, but we're only going 90. So a lot of his attributes you got to actually knock down, right? And that's where I always say the lower overall replica builds are always gonna be better than these higher ones, because all of his attributes are so high, you actually got to bring them down a lot. So he has a 90 close shot, which is still good. That's also going to be his post hook, okay? Then he has an 83 driving layup. So he is able to get the dominant big man layup package. The driving dunk is a 67. We're not really worried about this, though. Jokic is not known for that. We are going to be able to get an 82 standing dunk. Now, that will give you the pro contact dunks, and it also will allow you to get area wizard on gold. That's very big. And of course, the post control, we are able to get 87. That is going to give you all the Hall of Fame post badges. So that's going to be solid. So overall, the finishing side is going to be really good. And again, just like this translates really well in the park, right? All this right here translates really well in the park, especially as a post scorer, all right? Then this is absolutely insane. He has a 90. Now you see why we had to go 7'2" wingspan. He has a 90 mid-range shot, okay? Which is unheard of. A 90 mid-range shot and a 76 three ball. So that's actually not bad at all. He will be able to hit the three-point shot, but again, this build will be able to dominate in the post, in the mid-range, and you can also utilize this as a catch and shoot if need be. But to get this build real justice, you're going to have to be using this build as the primary scorer, probably on the 3v3, 2v2 or something like that, where you have a lockdown on a 2v2, and if you're on a 3v3, you're running with 2 lockdowns, okay? So just because the reason being is because the defense of this build is such a liability, all right? But yeah, so this point is good. 21 finishing, 23 shooting badge points. Then on the playmaking, his pass accuracy is absolutely insane. An 85 pass accuracy with a 68 ball handle. So the ball handle is actually really solid. Now, the only thing I would say is this, is that, it would have been nice to be able to get his ball handle up to 70, but you're just not able to get a lot of wiggle room on anything. You have to pick and choose what you want to actually use, like that extra attribute. Everything you have here has just been dropped down, okay? So again, we're watering down Jokic, okay? Now, defensively, absolute liability. There's no way around it. He has a 69. Again, he's not known for his defense in real life, and it's even worse when it comes to the game. 62 interior defense, a 53 perimeter, 45 steal, a 48 block, a 60 offensive rebound. The only thing that's solid is defensive rebound, because you are able to get silver rebound chaser if you add 5 defensive badges to this build. So that's something you have to think about. You have to add 5 defensive badges in order to get rebound chaser at all, okay? Then you're going to go 55 on the speed. You're going to go 54 on the acceleration, 85 on the strength. And then you're going to go 65, which is very important because you want to be able to get the pro contact dunks. You need at least a 65 vert. And then you'll go 89 on the stamina, right? So 21, 23, 15, 11 is what you're looking at. Again, from the offensive standpoint, absolute demigod. No way around it. On the defensive side, that's why I say it's good to run with as many defensive player builds, like 2 lockdowns on your team if you're running threes, because you have no defense. You will be able to get rebounds if you add the 5 badge points. But other than that, you ain't really stopping much, okay? Very slow build, okay? But on the 1v1 court, it could have some fun if it's not making take it, right? You do have posts, you have playmaking, you have sharp and shot creating. I just went with advanced post moves and post shot daggers for obvious reasons. And then, of course, here you have it, my nephews and nieces. You're going to have Nikola Jokic, a.k.a. the Joker, right? Again, now we can finally be able to make it if you're looking to make this build, because obviously, you know, he is ever-changing attributes, right? So, with that being said, we're not going to go over badge points. Now let's head over to Anthony Davis and let's make the Brow replica build. All right, my nephews and nieces, now we're going to be looking at Anthony Davis, a.k.a. the Brow. Now, this build is still going to be a center, right-handed number 3. Anthony Davis is nowhere near as high as overall as Jokic, and his player is nowhere near as great. But again, when it comes to replica, this one right here is going to outshine. Now, the only reason I say that is because there's going to be more defense, but the Jokic build is still extraordinarily great if you're a good post scorer. If you're a good post scorer and you know how to use all the moves you guys, you're going to really cook with Jokic. This build right here, the Brow, is more forgiving. So you're going to be 6'10", 233 pounds, and then your wingspan, you want to keep that, you want to drop down to 7'2". Body shape, I wouldn't define, but you can pick any body shape that you want, okay? Now, close shot, 89. Still really solid here. 77 driving layup. That's going to give you dominant big man layup package. This is where things get crazy because you are able to get an 86 driving dunk. So you get a tier 2 limitless takeoff, post riser also, and you also get an 82 standing dunk, all right, which is, again, really big because you're able to get the aerial wizard on gold. You get rise up on silver. And then your post control is not as high as Jokic, but it's still good because you get gold badges. You get gold post spin technician, dream shake, and job stepper, and you get back down punisher, okay? So this right here is actually really solid. Then on the shooting, again, it's really solid. You get an 81 mid-range, which is still good enough to get mini musician Hall of Fame. You are able to still do post fades and that type of deal. And you have a 75 3-ball, which again, still solid, still be able to shoot. You can use this as catch and shoot to be able to shoot threes. But again, I still recommend using this as a post scorer working in the mid-range. But as you can see, not as much shooting badges as Jokic, but same amount of finishing badges as Jokic. Jokic just has a higher close shot, more post control, and then of course Anthony Davis just has a higher driving dunk, all right? And then of course Jokic has way much more better shooting, but at the same time, these badges are still great. What really sets his build apart is the fact that right now, as you're gonna see, he has a 77 ball handle. So you're able to shoot with this build. A 68 pass accuracy ain't the greatest. You got 59 speed with ball, but what this means here with the ball handle is that you're able to get a lot of pro dribble animations with this build. Now, you only have 8, okay? So you won't be able to get unpluckable, right? But you are able to get quick first step. So again, keep that in mind. You are able to face up with this build. You can dribble. You're just not going to have a really good unpluckable. If you're dribbling against another center, that might be great, but I wouldn't recommend dribbling on lockdown. So again, it's really about how you prefer to play. Now, defensively, this build is going to be solid. You know, come on, it's Anthony Davis. He's a perennial, all defensive player. He's been in contention for defensive player of the year numerous times. So yes, he has an 86 interior defense. So that's basically anything over 85 is God tier. And then he has a 72 lateral quickness perimeter defense, which is great. 38 steal, and then he also has an 87 block, which will give you silver anchor. And then again, really low offensive rebound, a 72, and then again, he has an 85 defensive rebound also. So you can see on the defensive side, his build is way much better, and he has way much more speed. 73 speed, 70 acceleration. He has 84 strength, which is still solid, and then again, he has a 78 vert, and then of course, he has 90 stamina. So 23, 18, 8, and 21 is what you're looking at. Regardless, both of these are both builds are really great. This one has better physicals and more defense, and then again, a higher ball handle, whereas Jokic just absolutely has better shooting. I mean, you can't sleep on a 90 mid-range shot. You're not missing. Like 90 is just roadkill. Like you're not missing mid-range jump shots and post fades. It's going to be crazy. So it's really up to you. Now, he does not have a post badge, which again, it makes sense because he only has 78 post control. But again, I went paint, intimidation, and spot up, but you can go with paint. You got rim, you got sharp, and you have shot creating. Now, I will say this, that, you know, you could go with right here, which is negative impact, which reduces the impact of shots against pull-up, step back, and spin shots. So, I mean, that kind of works in the post, but at the same time, I really just thought that maybe doing spot up might be the best. But if you're going to be doing a 1v1, or you're going to be doing, where, again, working him in the post as a primary, then I wouldn't use spot up precision, because, I mean, you're going to be ball out your hand the whole time. So then I would just go with interior pass drop or stuff blocks. I'll probably go with stuff blocks and then paint intimidation, right? Just all straight up Anthony. But anyway, here you have it, my nephews and nieces, all right? We have Jokic replica. Now you're going to have Anthony Davis replica build. I think this is really dope with the matchup we have right now. Obviously, Jokic is pulling through, but there you have it, my nephews and nieces, man. We got them both, okay? So let me know in the comment section, which one do you think you enjoy the most? And as usual, this is your favorite old head, Uncle Dimmy. I'll be back really, really soon with another banger, man. And you know, when I say back soon, another banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.